Good afternoon guys, long time no see, and as you will notice from the last video, the one before this is going to be part 2. The one that I put up is already a couple of weeks late, and I will explain why. Here we are down at the shed. Sun's shining but it is blowing a gale, so apologies if there's any wind noise. It's sitting on a cement base, sorry, and it's sealed inside and out within an inch of its life, and we're still getting just a light dampness in this one side when it's heavy raining, but obviously because of the dirt has been up to, as you can see, the dark green. That is the level where the soil was up to. So I'm just digging down a little bit of a level. I think I've got some, let me see, I think I have got, if I can get in here, some more pond liner left. Oh, as you can see, we've still left the wooden battens down, which probably doesn't help. So I think I've got some odds and sods of pond liner left, and I'm going to tack it along that side, bend it over and under, and then I think I've got enough roof tiles to lay them along that side. I've just to finish here, dig another wee bit, and hopefully the excess water will run off and down that slope into this part of the jardin. Now my Pierre de Ronsard climbing rose that I moved earlier has started to come into bud, which is great. So we'll get all that fed and mulched, I think, today. And my plan is to dig this little wee plot over. As I say, I was going to keep it open, but Hannibal's coming in and he'll just walk over absolutely everything. So I think I'm going to have flowers in here. A grape, one of my grapes. Probably along that back fence, but I'm not quite sure as yet. And I'm actually going to mix flowers in here with some vegetables. Whether it's peas or whatever, I don't know, I'm not sure. But this is my little job for today, guys. Right, I'll carry on here and I'll get back to you when this wee bit's done. There we go. That's about the fourth lot today. And Hannibal keeps looking up as if he can catch them. I'm afraid not. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Bon voyage. Well, that took longer than was expected. Now, as I have shown, I got some of that pond liner. I have to get another couple of nails, which I will look for and finish tomorrow. I had to dig a deeper trench than what I thought as well for the tiles, and I've got plenty of tiles up there that's broken, so I've been chopping and dinging them up and sticking them down. Now that pond liner, wait a minute to see if I can pick one up. Oh, I tell you, these wee jobs that you think are wee jobs takes an awful lot longer than what you think. Right, so there we go. As I said, we've got a concrete base that's sitting on the shed. That's just the wood that was round the sides that's not been taken off. The soil level was here, all the way across and up until near enough the top of that. So with that being taken away, that wood should hopefully kind of dry out a wee bit. It's not too bad, right enough. I mean, the inside of the shed's no wet, and it hasn't been wet in the winter. It's just slightly damp along that one side. So we've got this in like so, and then a bit of a juggling kerfuffle to put up the tiles in, and underneath the tiles it's got wee gaps, etc. There's actually broken tiles been put on the other side of that, and I'm just breaking up tiles and putting them up the sides. I don't know if you can see that. Not much from getting that dug over and everything, but as I've just said twice, guys, it has took longer. I think you can see maybe the depth there. if I come round this side. So that's how I'm trying to fill in all these edges. I'm trying not to fall. This is my wee man-made slips or wee walkways so that I can get round about the sides of the garden. I think you can see the cement on that side. That's the back, and I've actually cleared that out. So that's fine, that end. It's just this end. So there we go, that's as it stands. I don't know if you can see this wee bit here. I know for a fact I'll find a bit of pond liner somewhere. And then, hopefully, it will run. Any overflow should, by rights now, run into the tiles. And I've made that as a slope, and I've dug, let's turn this way, dug a slight trench so the water obviously pours away into the garden where the beastie of the moors is. Hannibal! Hannibal! How you doing, Papa? Say bonjour everybody! Say bonjour everybody! Where is everybody? Where is everybody? What you got? What you got? This guys, just before I finish off, I'll give that a light dig. As you can see, my wee posts have to be painted where I put the fence up today to keep Hannibal out. And this is a slight slope, as you can see, but that's deliberate because any runoff of water, hopefully, once the garden's up and running, that wee plot there, any water will run in there and come away down here yet again. I'm pleased with it so far, and I'm sure I'll finish it off to my usual standard. Right, well, a few weeks ago there, my son, number 2 son, had went to the doctors and he was told that he may need back surgery because he has got either 1 or 2 slip discs, which is making it really painful for him. The doctor has signed him off work and college, which he was really upset about, and still upset this morning because the college wanted him back, but he's no fit, he can't walk, he's got crutches, and he's also got use of a wheelchair until such times that he goes for another scan and they decide if they operate or not. So that was Mark 1. Mark 2 was, we found out a couple of days after that my mum had been found in the morning by the fire brigade, who had to kick her doors down because she had woke up in the middle of the night and fallen out of bed or went to the toilet or whatever. So she was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. Fingers crossed she's back out now with extra care, and her sister's moved in to be there with her 24 hours a day. A couple of days after that I got a phone call. I was sitting in the living room and Daniel had had a car accident with my car. Now, he was on medication which he's prescribed to be on, but he thought he would drive and everything would be alright with him driving, and it wasn't. And we have now been without the car for about 3 or 4 weeks because he slid on a bend on black ice. Don't know if he was going too fast or whatever, but it doesn't matter. He's had the accident and our car is a total write-off. So we've been waiting for the past 2 or 3 weeks for reports back, etc. from the insurance company, so we have to get paid out, but half the price of what the car was worth to start with. But Daniel's alright, that's the main thing. So that was the third thing, and if this year couldn't go off to a worse start, we had to get the vet called out to get our Collie Cross Pepsi put to sleep. She hasn't been right for a good wee while, but they couldn't pinpoint whether it was arthritis, etc, etc, so it was just a case of monitoring her, and she was fine and dandy. She was jumping about a couple of days beforehand. Daniel was rushed into accident and emergency with his back, so over 8.5 hours at accident and emergency while they treated Daniel. And when I came back, the dog's back legs had gone and she was lying there. I wasn't going through the exact same with Naya, and just letting nature take its course, because Pepsi was a totally different dog, and the fear popping right out her eyes when she was trying to get up. Her tail was wagging, but her legs had gone, and she was in the final maybe, I don't know, half an hour to an hour before Her heart had finally gave up, so I wasn't having that. So at 4 o'clock in the morning we got the vet out, and within, oh I don't know, 30 seconds the first injection had put her to sleep, and then the second injection to finally stop her heart was all over and done with in a matter of seconds. Right, so if that wasn't enough, guys, I hope now you realise why I haven't been on. On top of that, everybody, the vet couldn't take the dog away. The only way the vets here, I don't know if it's the same back in the UK, but in France, he says the only way they'll dispose of the dog is if they get put to sleep at the vets. And since he came out to the house, it was up to us. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, there was no way that we could dig a hole. It was frozen solid outside, so he suggested that we put her into the garage, cover her up, put her into the garage, and that's where she lay for 2 days until I dug over another plot, and now Pepsi is laid to rest in the garden alongside Naya. So we have one dog left, we have Hannibal. There's been a few wee bits and bobs that I could chuck in along with everything else that I've just been saying to you, but I'll no bother because I think I've bored you enough with my dramas. I mean, this is only the middle of February and the year has started off with an absolutely hellish start. So there we go, guys, that's how I've not been around. There's a video that you've probably watched by now. I'll try and put that up today, and this will be part 2 of that said video. And fingers crossed that the sun is now coming out for the next week or so. I'll get out and about in the garden and show you what seeds that I've sown and what's coming on, etc, etc, etc. So that's a wee update, and hopefully maybe tomorrow I'll get this little wee plot finished off and ready for planting up. So until the next time, guys, and the next video from me and Hannibal. Yeah, Hannibal. It's au revoir to the pip. Say bye, Hannibal. Hannibal, say bye to the pip. To the pip. Do you want your dinner? Do you want your dinner? Bye.